Hi, and welcome to another live stream. Glad you're able to join me. And this is part 3 of Christmas in July. And look, is it really Christmassy? Again, the background, I haven't done anything. And the Santa hat, I've had a bit of a relaxing weekend, bit of a layback one, but I have done a little tiny bit to the song I was working on in the last 2 streams. So it was Joy to the World, which is apparently in the public domain. So like so many other Christmas songs that you can do, and you can create it and put it out to the world. And boom, Ashley is in the house. Welcome, Ashley. Great to have you with me again. One of my regulars. Yeah, I have a few. Haven't seen the others for a while, but that's okay. Hopefully they join the replay, and if they do, and if they like this kind of stuff, do the thumbs up, the likey bits and the clicky bits and the subscribey bits, and ring the cowbell, and you'll be notified when I do more silly things like Christmas in July with songs and stuff. Anyway, let's get to it. I hope you've all had a lovely day, evening, morning, whatever time it is for you, and we'll get straight into the song. Now, I kind of had a bit of a play with the guitar, and added the flute and did some other things. Did some drums in here. I had a bit of a play, not a lot, I must admit. So we've got a bit of work to do. So let's have a listen. Let's have a listen of what we got. I wanted to do some guitar chords. So all I did was copy and paste the chords from the chord track down to here, but it doesn't sound right. It needs a lot of work to be able to recreate chords being played if you haven't got a virtual instrument that plays chords. I'm glad you've had a great weekend too, Ashley. Thank you. That's really good. Good to hear. All right. So let's have a listen. It's nice, isn't it? Go. Look, it's sounding okay. It's not wonderful. It's not great. It can be a lot better. Yeah, I love it too. I think that's so cool. It's just something so simple, and it just brings a smile on my dial because it brings back a lot of family memories when I was a kid, and Christmas was a very special time for us as a family. So it's one of those things that I really, enjoy, and whether you are a Christian person or other faith or religion, let's just celebrate, people being together, having a great time, and being kind and being nice and being generous, and, share the love. I think it's cool. And singing along in music is cool fun and brings people together. So, and I know my mother-in-law, who is touring around the countryside in a caravan at the moment, she loves Christmas carols. So I'm thinking of her every time I look at this. I think she'll like to sing along to this one at the end of the year. So I've got to do a good job. got to do a good job. So how can we improve this? Well, we haven't got the pipe organs in. Maybe that'll be a bit too much. Brass in there occasionally. Yeah, it's about people coming together. That's right, Ashley. I think that's nice too. Just people coming together to celebrate whatever. It's always lovely. It's always lovely. Friends, family, whatever. People coming to celebrate together. And just being together, share a meal together. That's all kind of good and fun. The violins need a lot of work. The brass, I'd like to bring something in towards the end with the brass. That'll be nice. I'm thinking arpeggios maybe for the guitar. And if I have a look at all of that, let's bring it over here so we can see what we're looking at. So what we've got is just the chords that I've just sort of drag and dropped. But I think if we can sort of keep to this but sort of do a bit of an arpeggio, then I think it might work well. Let me make sure I'm on that track. That's better. So I'd like to, the guitar sounds good, but I think we can make it sound a lot better. And I think having it plucked, what have I got the setting on? So I've got it on pluck notes. Which I think sounds a little bit like a strum. So there are two-fingered chords and that sort of thing, but it didn't. I tried that and it just didn't sound right. So I think I've got what works best, but I want to make it better. So let's see if we can do something like that. So it does mean that we need to do basically a bit of this. If we work to 8 notes and we kind of build the arpeggios sort of like this and see how that goes. And then we can do something like that note and that note. So it would be something like this. That kind of. That's not too bad. So we can just sort of take out a few notes here and there, just so it, like I think maybe all of the low notes, and yeah, I think that would work better, and just keep it to the higher notes. Let's do that. And I'm not going to delete any. I'm just going to mute it in case I change my mind, because I tend to do that a lot. It's my prerogative. Why not? So I'm thinking if we move all those over and then duplicate the B. Whoops. duplicate the B to go up to the E and the C. And then what should we do here? And then I think the B, G, A, that one, maybe? Do that. This might be a little bit of fiddly work, bit fiddly, but I think their end result will be worth it. Hopefully it'll be worth it. I'm hoping. It should be worth it. It'll be worth it. I'm sure. Whoops. I'm sure it'll be great. It'll be really good. So let's listen to it so far. Oh yeah, that's nice. We're missing a note here. So we need maybe another D there. There we go. That'll sound better. Yeah, so it's just really nice and gentle, and I think that'll be lovely. It's a little bit quiet at the moment, but we'll put the volume up on that in a little while. And I think maybe even if we brought in copy that track and pan it left, and then do a third below as a harmony line for the whole lot, and pan it right a bit and change the EQ ever so slightly, and it will sound like two separate different guitars. Fingers crossed. That's the plan. That is the plan. So let's keep going with this. It's kind of working. We've got there, and we've got, I think we can do that there, because we've only got this for a small amount of bars, so we can, there we go. I think if we do this right, it should sound really nice. It's sounding okay so far. I think if I was playing my guitar, I'm not a great guitarist by any means, I think this is how I'd want it to sound. And that does sound really nice. Now I've got the two notes there. Just wondering if we just keep it to, keep it to the one note. I think might make it sound better. Yeah. So I just want it nice and gentle and sweet sort of sounding, if that makes sense. And I think we'll just keep going with the master plan of doing it this way. I think it's working. And then that one, and then that one, and then do that. And we want to get rid of that one. Up to there. Down to there. This must be a boring stream, but I think it's working. Let's have a listen. Let's have a listen in context. I think it'll work, but I think what we'll need to do is bring in a strumming guitar, and I've got another virtual instrument that would sound better when the drums come in, because I think otherwise if we just have that for the whole verse/chorus of that first bit, it's like, I love Christmas carols at the best of times, but you don't want them too boring because they are incredibly repetitive. So we've got to be mindful of that. Otherwise, it's just like, we don't want that. So it'll be basically, that would be the last one, last note there, I think. And then that'll be it. So yeah, I think that is a better plan. So let's put that back to where it was. Nope. Control Shift Z. And just leave it like that with that there. And then we'll bring in a strumming guitar. And then that's it for that all together. And then we change instrument to the strumming guitar, which I know I've got one in let's add a track. Contact. Native Instruments has got a really good one. Yeah, it's hard to make boring things interesting sometimes, but you know, variety is the spice of life, they say. So you got to give it a shot. Oh, Electric Mint, that's a really cool one. That's the newer one with a complete 14, whichever version has it that you may or may not have. But Electric Mint, it's really, really cool. So we'll add some chords in there, and that could work. And they're just so amps, playbacks, patterns. That's kind of cool. Yeah, the Electric Mint, it's my new go-to. And there was another one, a new bass. Which is the bass one? Picked Nylon was another one. I could have used that instead of Fink. There's a bass guitar as well that was pretty good too. Good too. And you can pick a whole heap of presets for the amps too, which are amazing. So there's just too many to choose from. Let's have a look at mellow. That sounds good. No. No. No money. I don't know what it's referring to at all. Oh, that's nice. Let's pick that one. Let's see if that will work. It may not. We'll have to wait and see. So, you can have this as playing arpeggios and that sort of thing. Or you can choose the melody and have it as straight. So, I don't know what to do. How to do that? I put on mint pop again. I'm thinking that will work. Because it's just a straight one. The key switches. Slide range. Okay. And then you've got voicings there. And you've got your pattern and rhythm there. So there's lots of things you can change on it. Let's crank it down to 0. Let's see what we can come up with. In writing, we want it to go from there, don't we? So we change from that to that. So what I want is to look at what the chord names are, which I'll cheat a bit and get from here. And basically that's what we're going to put into here, which these are really, really big. I don't know why. Interesting. Okay, that looks a little bit better. And let's see if we can put in, get my keyboard out. So we're down here. That's a G. And it's 16, no, halfway through. Halfway through we go to a C. And then after we put a few of these in, we should be Right, I hope. I'm not sure how this will go. And then, how will that work? Yeah, that's the problem. It's too fast. By the time it triggers, it's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is change it to strummed acoustic, perhaps. And, oh, hang on, I've got strummed acoustic too. 12 strings. Ooh, no, let's keep it simple. Yeah, let's replace that one. And let's see if we can get... I know in my head what I want, and I basically want me to be able to play guitar. That's not going to happen in a hurry. So we have to kind of go with what we've got. That's sort of what I'm wanting. And we're going to, there we go, G major, and that's going to work. So when I press C, it plays G major. Right. And then hopefully that will all work. Activate or deactivate. There we go. So you can have those auto chords on or off, but if you then have them off, then you play the actual G note for the G chord. So it does get a bit confusing when you're doing it as MIDI, but I think to have the auto chords off and just play the note that you want may work better. Yeah, it sounds like it is. So I think that's the way to go. So let's try that. See how that goes. Okay. Yeah, again, it's still fast. So the chord patterns are like... I think I can fix that. There is a way to fix it. You can do it as double time, I think. Yep, there we go. So you can actually do it so it strums and in double the time. That's a bit better. That will work. That should work. Let's give it a shot. So it's G all the way to halfway there. And then it's G again. All the way to the D there. And the D changes back to a G there. And then we've got the C again there. That's it. And then G over D, let's just put a G in pretty much to the end, just about. Until we get a D. large part. To there, and another G. Does that work? Let's hear it and see if it does. So what we've got from this bit is, I'll save it. Okay, so that's getting there. I might have made it a bit more confusing and a bit more work for myself than is probably needed, but I think that does sound really nice. Now the flute, ignore the flute a bit because it's all legato and it's not working. So that actually needs some staccato notes in there. So it's a case of changing all that around to make it suit. So look, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's sounding okay. So we played a little bit with that. Okay, so we've got a bit of a guitar thing going on now. So we've got strummed acoustic. And that probably needs to be a green, you know, just to be there. So we care. And we'll play a little bit more with the guitars another time and see how we go with that. What else should we do? I do like the bit of the drums in there. I like that because we want it to pick up a little bit and get moving. I'm thinking it's nice to have the piano melody at that point, so maybe get rid of the first violins there because they're doing the melody, and bring them in for the second bit there with the piano. That could work. Let's try that. It doesn't sound right because it's not entered in correctly. The reason why I say that is because we've got all these short notes here, it's just not working. So it's probably better if we do something like this. And we just mute those little shorter notes in this track, and then bring in some short notes for staccato strings to play those notes and mix it well. Because we're getting this sort of phasing sort of sound because it's not natural at all. And realistically, to have good strings, you need the MIDI to sort of overlap a little bit so you actually get the legato from each one. But we don't want the notes to play when they're so short, because the legato just isn't working like that. So we'll see how we go with just doing a few little minor edits. And I might, let's have a listen. I think I might rewrite the whole strings part actually. chords and it sounds awful. So let's this is my way of noting that all needs redoing. I'll mute a lot because that is not working. It needs to be a counter melody and some proper harmony in there. So that is not working. The flute needs fixing if we're going to do that. Let's bring in what I think might work for the main melody for the end is a bit of this. Let's give this a try and see what happens when we give the brass give the brass the melody. It's a bit low. So it is a bit low. What we're going to do, that's got it. Copy, paste, and put it up an octave. Let's see if that works. That's better. Okay, so we've got a bit better ending there. So it definitely needs the brass in there. The flute at the beginning is nice with the guitar. I think if we get maybe, I deleted the electric mint earlier. I'm thinking maybe we get the electric mint back for the ending, maybe the middle bit. Maybe it doesn't need the strings there. Maybe the strings for the end bit, and maybe a bit of, because we've got the nice picked arpeggios and the flute and then the strummed acoustic, go to electric guitar, electric bass, and then bring in the orchestra for the last bit. Yeah. And of course the elves. It's going to be sort of my trademark for every every version of Christmas Carol I do for this EP or album, however many tracks I get to do between now and October, November-ish. I'll see how I go. I've got a lot of projects on at the moment. Do you ever get that? You have lots of songs you haven't finished? I want to finish them. I want to get them finished. That's my thing. I want to finish them. So I just need to sit down and do them. Indecisiveness is not my friend, but I'm thinking of bringing the electric mint back in. Mint. And is it the melody one? Let's have a look at the melody. I think that is just a straight melody. Or is it chords? Yeah. No, it's just... I see. That's bizarre. So you can have both. That's interesting. You can tell that I haven't used this a lot, or much at all, really. So, okay. So you can have basically this, they're the same. So songs. Oh, I didn't even go down to here. Oh, there's a lot. Interesting. So let's go with this one. Let's see if we can find something big rock. That's nice. Where don't we go with that one? I think I've broken it. Uh-oh. Maybe. Maybe I've just broken it. Okay. Let's see if we can. There we go. So that could work. Yeah, I break things a lot. Wonder if that will work with the double timing as well. Yep, that could work. Yeah, I like that one. I think that might work. I'm not sure. We can only but try. We can but try. And that would basically copy that, I think, wouldn't it? I wonder if we can do that for the last half. So, let's do that, but then move it to the end. So it goes there. So this would be from here. Here we go. That kind of works. It's pretty funky. It's very different. Very different. Does it work? Oh, I don't know. I think it's either gonna. I'll leave it grey. Actually, we change it to a mint colour, don't we? We need to make it minty because it's electric mint. Have mints for Christmas. The red and white candy cane. So yeah. And then we can bring that in again for the second half there. Making sure that finishes there. That's fine. Do we want a base then? Not sure. Let's see if we can find a base. Very quickly. Not sure about the pipe organs for this one. Maybe not. We've got the brass in for the end, which is nice. We've just got piano for there. We've got the flute for there, which isn't great because it hasn't got staccato. It's only got legato, duly noted. The strings are completely bowled up in the middle there. That was just bad. Need a lot of work there. Yeah, let's see if we can. There was a new newer bass guitar that came with session bass. I think it's Prime Bass is the one that is the newer bass in Complete 14, depending on the version that you get. I've got Ultimate, so I got that a couple of years ago. No, not a couple of years. No, it'd be close to a couple of years ago because I got some things before I got my actual this version of my studio set up, which apparently I'm having my 1 year anniversary in my studio. There you go. This week. It was this week a year ago that I started all of this, and then it was a couple of months after I got into my studio that I started this YouTube channel. There you go. Let's have a listen. That's kind of cool. But again, there's lots of presets. Simple ballad. What's that sound like? Okay. Let's see if we can do that at double time. Nice. That'll work. And that'll work just on the bass line. So let's make the bass blue. Blue bass. That'll work. And we bring in the bass for the second half there, but we keep it going. And we just keep it really simple. Let's see how we go. Oh, I know what I can do. Is I should be able to do that. Let's hear if that works. Let's play that. Yeah, that can work. Again, if I was playing bass, it wouldn't sound much better than that and just very plain anyway. We got piano and flute and other things going on, so let's listen to that in context with the other. Nice. I think that works. There we go. Christmas Carol almost done. It writes itself. There we go. Look, I think we might. Yeah, it does really work. Look, there's more to do with the flute. There's more to do with other bits and pieces. Look, let's duplicate the flute, and let's have a look at the moment we've got Cine Winds is what we've got, but we've got flute true legato. So what we want to do is probably have flute articulations. So what this will give us is the option for different Trying to find the right keys. There we go. Yep. So if we actually do that for remember how I did the Mikado for the violins, first violins, just to give it that short burst? Maybe this will work the same with the flutes. It depends on the samples. Let's listen. It's not bad. Hear how it's sort of going up and down a bit. So it actually needs a bit of working out, if that makes sense. So what you sort of need to do is like take out those two notes, leave that shorter note in. I'll give you an example, I think, of how it would work is get rid of those two and that one and those three, right? That's off the short one, and then off the long one, we get rid of the short ones in between and we overlap these ever so slightly. So you then make it a legato going from one to the other. That's a bit of a breath there, but that can linger there. This one wants to be one note because it's going to that one in the other one, and these two overlap there like that and like that. So that's how it sort of works. Okay, and you do the same sort of thing with the string instruments as well. So let's have a listen just to those two and hear what it sounds like. Hear how that little bit just sounds like one flautist playing. So that's basically, in essence, what you want to do. But for now, we'll just leave it for the rest of it because guess what? That's the end of the stream already. It has just gone so quickly. And look, we've done a fair bit. We've done a bit. It's been all right. It's not, again, it's not great. It's not great, but we're getting there. Let's save it. Let's play it. Look, thank you, Ashley HM, for joining me, and anyone else who joined the live stream for any part of it. Thank you very much. Hit the like button if you've liked this, and if you'd like to be notified when I do other streams like this. I try and do them every week. Sometimes I miss out. I had a break last week back and my batteries are recharged and ready to rock and roll again with some elves. Look, yeah, that hour went too quickly, I think. I really enjoyed it. It's coming together. I'm really, really happy about that. So ring the cowbell if you subscribe. You'll be notified of when I'm next on, usually the same sort of times each week. But on that happy note, until then and a bit more, take care of yourself and I'll get rid of me and we'll have a little bit of a listen to it. I'll see you next week.